really want to improve on this champion. Like I want it to be my 3 top champion to grind Silas, Eon, and Ryze.
Okay.
But at this moment, I really want to focus on my Ryze.
Yeah, yeah, okay.
So
Yeah, he is really
so if
OP, so makes sense.
yeah, I think right now is really good. I want you to I want you to look at my micro two to see. Oh, okay, there you should Q E W key. Then they just show me like what the what did you what would you do on this spot and what I did wrong on mechanically and micro two. So
Okay. Well, yeah, let's start by probably looking at this game. Yeah, let's have a look at this game first. And then if we get more time, we'll, look at other games. But let's start with this one.
are you watching the?
It's the
Okay, did you
2-4-1.
share your screen?
Yeah. Can you not see?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
It was 110.
Do you want me to look at the 110 one? I was looking at like the 2-4-1.
241.
It was
All
like,
right, let's watch this one. Yeah.
yeah, okay. All right, so let me turn the music off. Wait, music is off. Oh, there we go. Okay, and then let me get my notepad. So what I'll do is I'll like write notes on this as we go, and then
Yeah, that would be perfect.
yeah, we can kind of talk about it.
Are you recording right now?
Yeah, I am.
Okay, perfect.
Okay, so first thing that I would say is that your setup here is pretty greedy. So when you play against any kind of poke champion, like,
Yeah.
Xerath, Syndra, Orianna, all those types of champs, you kind of need TP because otherwise you just don't really have the sustain. And I like the Corrupting Potion, but Corrupting Potion is also way better with TP because then you can, you can just refill it. And another thing is that if you are starting Corrupting Potion, that means you're delaying your tier, right?
Yeah.
But if you have TP, it's easy to just, at any point, like, base and buy tiers. So, yeah,
Okay.
the whole setup just doesn't really make a lot of sense. I think everything else is fine, though. So,
Okay.
yeah, just I guess we'll write it here.
Because I usually play when I'm duoing with my jungle. I have a friend I play with duo and jungle. I usually play Ghost
Mm-hmm.
because I'm in solo queue. But like when I used to play with a team like with 5 people. Now I play with teleport. So I
Yeah.
can like I don't know, everybody's speaking like there's a play and we can all group together. But like in solo queue, what do you think? Is this better to play Ghost
Well,
usually or
I think if you can get away with Ghost, it's better.
yeah
But I think that
yeah
Ghost versus like Poke Champions should mean you lose like too much CS and it's not really worth it. But yeah, if you can take Ghost and like not get punished, then I think it's good.
okay perfect.
Okay. That's a good start. Okay. Yeah, nice start. Alright, let's see this.
So now you have no flash in life, no potion then.
Okay, yeah, all good. So one like small tip here is that I guess it doesn't matter too much here because he doesn't have W. Normally Xerath will start W just because it's easier to hit, but you really want to be careful grouping up with the creeps like this because for him, like with his
You don't
Q,
want me to group with a okay,
no,
you want me to stay outside of the
yeah,
world.
like you want to be like there or there because what's gonna happen is like he will either Q you
Yeah.
or he'll Q the creeps, but if you stand on top of them like this, he can just Q both of them, right?
Okay.
So
So you gotta make a
yeah,
decision every
like
time.
that's good. That makes
Okay,
it so he can't do both. Now, I think the punish here could have been a little bit better. So I like what you did. So when he uses a cooldown, obviously like you want to look to punish,
I
right?
walked
Like
up.
on the next
Yeah.
creep. So this is good, but what I would probably do is the best way to really punish if you as long as you're safe, like you're not going to get ganked by the jungler, is just to go stand next to the creep that they want to CS. Because that way, it's like if they come up to this, you can probably auto attack them twice. Like they walk up, you auto, W auto. So you get
you want me to
two.
be on the same side of him?
Well, I just think that like if he doesn't have his cooldown, and like you want to punish a creep, it's more punishing to stand next to the creep that he wants to get than to stand like here. Like your trade was still good, right? Like an auto W is good, but I think if you were right next to that creep, this is probably 2 autos, so it's slightly better.
So every time that you use a spell, you want me to go on the side of the creep to
Yeah,
push.
if you can. Like, you need to be
Yeah.
kind of careful of, like, walking into their jungle or whatever, but...
Yeah. Understand.
Nice, this is... Yeah, this is good. You use cooldown, so you can't really do much here. I think, yeah, this all, though, is... I think you're getting kind of lucky that he's not queuing the wave. Like, I think...
Okay.
Yeah, like, right here, he can
When
queue the
he's
wave.
charging the Q, I need to go outside every time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's easier if you're, like, already kind of on the edge, because, you know, if he starts charging Q now, it's kind of hard to get out in time. Yeah, good. Okay. Okay, so let's just skip this for a bit. Alright, so next thing is that as a... Well, let's write down... Hold on, so early game... position, like, next creep for denial, basically, and try not to stand in the wave versus AoE champs. So it's not just Xerath, it can be like, you know, Syndra, Lux, all those champs that have some sort of area of effect. You know, yeah, you just really don't want to be in the wave. So the next thing is, like, if you want to avoid early jungle ganks, you normally ward at around 2 minutes 30. So a good rule that I like to use is first, I just, like, check at level 1.
Why 2 minutes 30? Is
Just
it because they do...
Yeah, let me get Rift Kit. It'll be, like, easier to explain. So, like, what normally happens is, like, let's say Kindred starts red, right? The pass that she can do is she can do, like, in theory she can do red mid just, like, straight up, but it's probably not going to happen. More likely it's like she's going to do 3 camps and then come mid, or she might do 3 camps and then swap to bot side, right? So what that means is that if you hug, like, let's say this is you, if you hug this side, there is no way before 2 minutes 30 that she can gank you from bot side. Like, she can't
for sure.
get here in time. And also, if she does, like, cheese you on this side, she can't gank you because you're on the opposite side. So,
okay.
Let's make a little warding thing. Normally, like...
How do you know where she started?
You normally just, like, look at the lanes and see who leashed. So, like, if we just, like, look right here, like, Urgot started in lane, right? Like, you can see that on the map, but their bot lane's not here. So that means the Kindred's starting bot. Like, if we just go all vision, like, yeah, because we can see that bot lane leashed, right?
Okay.
So you really want to look
every time that the game started, you watch the top and the bot to see who's
yeah, it's really important. Okay. So, like, step 1, like, find out where jungle started, and then, like, step 2 is you hug the opposite side of where they start, and, like, ward at 230. So here it would be like, you know, she started bot side, you just play in this area, and then at 2 minutes 30, you ward that, and that keeps you safe until around, like, 4 minutes or so. And that's also when you get your second ward. So, I mean, this is a bit weird because you warded level 1, but, you know, in a normal game, like, that's kind of what would happen.
Okay, perfect.
So, yeah, that would keep you really, really safe. Because, like, in theory, this could be kind of greedy. Now, I think it's pretty unlikely to get ganked. Because, like, this guy doesn't have great gank setup. And she started blue, not red. But it is... Yeah. She's probably still doing camps here. But
she could do blue and then come...
Yeah, it's possible. But honestly, it's kind of unlikely.
Yeah.
Okay. I could punish.
So now I want to stand on the... Nah, I need to ward, right?
Yeah, like, ideally now you would have your ward up here, so you could still play in this area. But because you don't have a ward, then you're probably right to be hugging to this side.
Okay.
But normally I just, like, hug towards wherever my ward is, because then, even if she's there, like, you should see her before she can get to mid, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so you hard push. So I think this ward is pretty greedy, honestly. Normally,
Yeah.
when you're just because like the way you kind of have to use your vision is normally you have to like push up your vision. So like if you want to ward somewhere like there, normally you have to have a pink here because like it just leaves you too vulnerable to a path like this where she just like comes through the river. So you can like think of pinks as them like giving you permission to move up your wards. And before you have a pink, you normally just want to ward like there or even here. Just because like I mean if we look at the map right now and go like all vision, like Kindred is in top river. I guess she's recalling, but like you don't know that, right? Like if she had I guess if we just like go back. If after that crab like she goes mid instead of
I'm dead.
top.
Yeah. Well, I use flash for sure. Okay.
Yeah.
So yeah, if I need to go that deep, I need to know exactly where she is, or I need to ping on the pixel.
Yeah.
Like if I know that she just ganked it bot, so I can't go further, right? I can't go prison on her.
Yeah, I think like the time it would take her to go like from here to like there to all the way mid, like it's just she's never gonna do it, right? It's just gonna take too much time. So yeah, I think it's like as long as you feel safe playing mid with that ward, then it's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, how much gold do we have? 1,000. We want to look base pretty soon. Nice trade.
I saw that you have no mana, so I want to shove him in.
Yeah, I think it's good. They're doing pretty well. Okay, good CS. Base. Okay, let's see. Did we have more gold than that? How much do we have? So we got 1,300. Go tier. 2 mana crystal boots. Okay, this is kind of up to you what you want to buy here. I would probably buy Dark Seal instead of Sapphire Crystal, but if you want to buy Sapphire just so you can get Rod of Ages quicker, like it's fine. I guess it's just personal preference of if you want to get Rod of Ages faster or you prefer the Dark Seal AP. I would probably go Dark Seal.
Actually,
but...
I was thinking about because the passive of Rod of Ages start when you have the full item, right?
Yeah.
So in my head, I was like, I need to rush it so I can level up the quicker, no?
Yeah, I mean, I think both choices are good, right? I don't think there's really a bad choice.
I go Dark Seal every time that I feel like I'm really ahead and I can snowball leading. Like I'm like 20 CS ahead. I have a kill, so now I'm gonna go Dark Seal.
Yeah, I think Dark Seal is just kind of like OP anyway. Like it's even if you're like it scales so well. Like just I don't know, when you buy it, it's already efficient, and if you get stacks, it's even more efficient. So yeah, I think it's worth buying, but this is like good too. It's not really an issue. Okay, so when you're sixes...
when do you buy it and when you don't?
I pretty much just buy Dark Seal whenever it's convenient, basically. Because like if I bring up...
You prefer Dark Seal than a Sapphire?
Yeah, I think I would, because like if you look, it's like already gold efficient when you buy it, but if you can get like full stacks, it's worth like 1,300 gold. So it's a really efficient item. Obviously, if you're like behind, it's probably not worth buying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think as long as you know that you're gonna be able to do stuff, then yeah, I think it's good. But like again, Sapphire is fine. It's not bad.
Yeah,
really.
I understand.
Okay, so so when I hit level 6's Ryze, like that's when you have enough wave clear and when you can start to roam. Once I kind of hit that point, normally what I'm trying to think about is like which lanes are gankable. So I'm thinking like, okay, let's make a little roaming thing for what we think about. Normally I'm thinking about like, you know, how much CC is in the lane, like how much can people set up ganks for me, like what HP are they. Think about like the waves, like how far up they are, where are the junglers, maybe a little bit of like win conditions. Like normally it's better to gank, say, you know, a double range bot lane compared to like a tank top lane sort of thing. Just because like normally tanks don't impact the game as much and kills on tanks don't impact the game as much as say setting like these two behind. I'd say if it's a carry top, like let's say this is Aurelia, it could be really worth it. But honestly, this still might be worth it just because like Jace is a carry. So you have fairly decent options here. I'd say bot is probably better because Zach has CC better than Jay's. But yeah, basically we'll just be looking for some kind of opportunity to roam
Now
around.
I should buy a pink, right?
Yeah, let's see how much gold did you have. Because if you had
I got
enough, it would be.
yeah, I should.
Oh
I
wait, I
think I
went
have
back
like
too far.
250 left, so yeah.
Okay, yeah, you walk out with quite a lot. I think, yeah, there's probably better ways to spend the gold. I think, yeah, you probably just buy, or maybe buy Sapphire, Dark Seal, and Pink. Like, that might be the play as well. Not having boost would kind of suck, but I think just spending more of your gold is normally better. Like,
Okay,
walking
okay.
out with 300 is kind of weird. And yeah, having a
Yeah,
Pink
yeah,
is, like, really helpful for roaming on Ryze, because you can ward,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
there or even here. Just something that allows you to
Okay.
walk around the map a bit easier. Okay, so just gonna be pushing. Okay, so you guys are looking on drag. So there's a couple things here. First, I think that there's not too much reason for you to kind of slow push this wave. Like normally when you come back to mid, it's kind of weird here because you don't have a ward and you don't have a pink, but normally the first thing you do when you come back to lane is you want to establish vision so that you can start playing. So like, you know, normally you like hard push the first wave and then you'd come like pink here and like ward here or whatever. So not having a pink is kind of bad because yeah, if you like look around mid right now, there's just like no vision whatsoever.
Yeah,
And that
yeah.
makes it quite risky for a champ like Ryze. And I could see this being like a big reason why you have a lot of deaths some games. Because so far, the way you've played this game is like, if the jungler ganks you, you would probably die. If the jungler
Yeah,
doesn't gank you, then you're fine, right? It's not really
yeah.
like you're avoiding them. Okay, so you have time. Come hit this. You should be kind of careful how much time you do on this. In fact, I think it's probably better for you to stay mid. So whenever you like make a play with mid, right? Like this is called getting priority, like when you have priority over the wave. So this is really good. But as a general rule, you don't want to seesaw the priority. You don't want to like, you get priority and then give it back to your opponent. You just kind of want to have it all the time. So like right here, I think it's
I
probably
should shove
better.
again.
Yeah, just shove again and then you can help with this. Especially because it's a cannon, because you push it so fast. Because instead what
Okay.
happens is like, you should get control of every wave, but now Xerath just gets control of a wave for some reason, and now he can like ult top or something, right? Like he can't do
Okay.
this if you're the one pushing. Thankfully he gets out,
Okay, okay,
but
okay, okay.
yeah, so early game, yeah, try like don't seesaw priority, just like try get permanent perma prio. I think that's pretty important. Because yeah, it really just means like you have all the options and your opponent just doesn't really get to
Yeah,
do
yeah.
anything. Okay, so here I think the way you're walking is probably not the best. So as like a general rule, you want to play towards the side that your jungler is playing on, because that means like if you ever have a fight, like your jungler will be there. If you make it play bot side, it's like, you know, one, your jungler won't be there, and two, their jungler could be there, right? So it's just generally not as good. And another reason is that if you kill a lane and your jungler is there, normally you can like invade their jungle and take a couple like camps before you
Yeah,
base, or you can take drag or something, right? But if you go on a side that your jungler isn't on, it's like, okay, we get the kills, but we can't get drag, or we get the kills, but we
yeah.
can't take their blues. So you just get a little bit less. So right here, I'd probably be thinking like, you know, rather than walking down here, I'd be like playing towards Hecarim, and like this is definitely, you can be here like ulting top, right? Like this, you
Yeah, yeah,
should
yeah.
be here pretty much. Ends up being one without you, but so far it's like you've had all this priority and it hasn't done anything. Like you haven't been able to say like pink here, ward here. You haven't been able to help your jungler at all. So
Yeah.
I think, yeah, like your goals, I guess like your early game goals are to like use prior to get deep wards for your team and like
And what?
play
And
towards
where?
jungler.
Okay. And if I have a pink on this spot and I have a ward too, what would you do in my spot? So I shove the wave. Now I go bot, but I think I recall. But you. So if you're in my spot, you go top. You put a ward in the pixel. Then you put a ward in the um
in the Raptors. Yeah, probably what I'd do is I'd be like, okay, my jungler is going top, so I'm just gonna like do whatever he wants. The next like big thing on the map is Herald. Like Herald and Drag are the two big ones early game, right? So I'd probably like push this wave. Now I think I would go pink this, and then I would either ward Herald or I would ward up here. It's kind of up to you. I think they're both pretty good. But yeah, I'd just be like at least in this top side area somewhere. So let's just say I'm like, let's go all vision, turn off fog. Let's just say I'm like walking up here, I'm warding this. Suddenly I notice like Hecarim's in a fight, but I'm here way before Xerath, so I'll just like walk up here, maybe ult here just so that she can't get out, or even like ult over here. But anyway, I just like make sure I'm at this fight. Now it's nice that you don't end up being needed, but like in a different game, you're the difference between winning that or not, right? Yeah.
For sure. Yeah.
And yeah, let's go back. So you, how much gold do you have? Yeah, so you have enough gold for Catalyst. I can kind of understand why you're basing, because it makes sense, like you have a lot of gold. But yeah, it would be really nice to get some vision down. Another kind of thing is that normally it should feel kind of strange to base when you're full HP, full mana, because what that means is like you can pressure, but instead you're in base, you know what I mean? Now, you have quite a lot of gold, so it is... Yeah, like, I definitely understand. I think it would be better to stay, though, until you're a bit lower, maybe, or until you've like, done a bit more and then look to base. Just because you don't want to be off the map too much, because otherwise you're just, you know, like, every time you're in base like this, you're not doing anything, right? Like, the map's not pressured. Okay, I also think the boots choice is kind of bad, so... If you are really wanting to rush Rod of Ages, like if we're going Xerath, then you should just stay on tier 1 boots for longer, right? Like it doesn't really make sense to be committing to the Roa rush, but then slow it down by fully upgrading boots. So like, if you want Roa rush, like tier 1 boots, like, just like, yeah, stay on tier 1 boots. And then the second thing is, if you're against this kind of comp, where there's like...
Yeah, because I was thinking about I play against Xerath, so he got a lot of posts. I need to move for his skill shot. Then Kindred, if she ganks me and I have no boots, I'm pretty fucked.
Yeah, I think having the move speed, it like feels good, but I think you have enough sustain, especially with Catalyst as well, and Corrupting. The Xerath poke shouldn't matter. And if you get ganked by Kindred, it's because your wards or positioning is bad, not because... like you don't have enough movement speed, right? And I also think if you are rushing boots here, it should probably be Merc Treads, because they have Ashe, Nami, Xerath, which is, you know, Ashe R is a lot of CC, Nami Q, this guy's E, so... Yeah, I think Ashe is like a really fucking annoying champ, like I hate Ashe, and it feels so hard to verse Ashe without tenacity. Okay. So like same thing here, just like push this wave and help your jungler with whatever they're doing, basically. You could look bot, but the reality is, like, if you go bot, you probably walk into their jungler, and, like, your jungler won't be able to help. So I would just, yeah, push this, and then...
And how, when would you buy, do you buy Oracle Lens on Ryze?
Not really. So I think that you kind of want to stay on this ward, at least for like the first 20 minutes, because you're going to need it for side laning, like when you're pushing up like this. It's nice to be able to ward their jungle. But after 20 minutes, if you want, you can swap to Blue Trinket to check Baron and stuff. But honestly, I kind of stay on Yellow Trinket most of the game. Yeah, I think this is good. Like, you're near your jungler. There's not much else you can do here. So, yeah, I think this is good. This, though... actually, no, yeah, it's fine. As long as you don't go too far bot lane.
Now I'm on the top side of my lane, and I have no ward.
Yeah, I think it's like fine until Hecarim moves away. Because like right here, you probably know that Kindred's like not top side, right? Yeah. Because otherwise she would be here. So I actually think it's sort of fine. Maybe now you could play bot side if you really wanted to, but there's like a fair chance that Kindred is like here or here, because she didn't show top, so... Yeah, anyway. But now you can swap back to bot side, because Hecarim's going bot. Okay, another thing is, if you don't have anything to do with your priority, so like if you get a wave like this, and you can't roam bot, or you can't ward, or you can't do anything basically, right? Normally, you want to use that priority to get more priority on the next wave. So like, for example, rather than like walking back here and whatever is fine, but then what I would try to do, like you should be stronger than Xerath, so I would be like trying to catch the wave up here as opposed to like in the middle, you know? Like you can start hitting this wave probably like 3 to 4 seconds quicker, and that means like when you finally do kill this wave that you have just like way more time with whatever you want to do basically. Okay. Yeah, this looks like a good run. Yeah, so I really like this because you're playing with your jungler, and these guys were really pushed up, so I think this is a really good run. Sucks that you guys couldn't get Ashe, but I mean, you'll take the Nami. I think the combo here from you is kind of bad though. So early game, Ryze doesn't do a lot of damage. Your main threat comes from your EW, right? So what I would probably do here is I think, rather than just slowing this guy, I would just straight QEW him, and then he can't move. And I think because you slow rather than snare, Lucian actually ends up flashing. And that's kind of bad, right? Like, you don't... I mean, maybe he shouldn't flash, but also he just, like, shouldn't have to flash, you know?
I was thinking I need more damage than just EWQ.
Yeah, well, so I think, like, let's do a little Ryze combo. So I think, normally, early game, you just like look to bring the CC and everyone else brings damage. So you could do like here, you could just like do QEWQ like that.
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah, if you want max damage, like you can
QW,
you can either do like QW start, or if you want to if you have enough time, like because obviously if you can do that, it's like a shorter version. But if you have loads of time, you can start with QE and then QW QEQ, you know, like make it even longer. But I think it's probably just a kill if you do this one, just because I think your Hecarim does so much damage as long as he can stay within range of Nami, and also like Lucian would have been able to catch up without flashing. So
yeah, for sure. Okay, so early game you want me to more focus on the CC than the all combo damage.
Yeah,
late game can like one shot with my
late game it also sort of depends, because a lot of the time, late game, you can actually just one-shot people with this combo because you do so much damage, and then it's just like more guaranteed. But yeah, I'd say generally it's better to root people earlier, and late game, like you're the main damage, so you can kind of just do whatever you want. Okay, push. Yep, I think this is good. Like your bot lane managed to kill them. Xerath got a kill, but it's whatever. Yes, this is really good. I think this is good punish. Go off mid, so you back off.
Actually, I don't know how I lose this game.
Well, I think I
really want to see.
You have been playing fine. I think one thing though is I do think your Roa is really, really delayed. Like I think the tier 2 boots does put it behind a lot. Because if you're starting corrupting potion, you're already
I'm already late.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, and I think it's the right choice. But if you're delaying it by this is like 500 gold, and this is like another 9, or I guess we'd buy a tier 1 boot, so it's more like 500 and then 650. So you're delaying it by almost 4 kills worth of gold. It's a lot of time, right? It's really kind of hard to delay it by that much.
All right.
Because I think you're actually like in a decent spot. It's just everything is kind of late.
Yeah. I don't know. I messed up for real. Because this game is pretty nice now. I'm just freely I don't know how to say it, but
farming maybe.
Yeah,
scaling.
Not farming, but scaling.
Yeah,
really scaling it.
Yeah. Okay. So this is kind of weird. I think maybe you feel a bit like scared on this wave, but after he uses Q, you should be able to contest this wave a lot. But here he's like used all his cooldowns and you haven't used anything. Yeah, so like you can just... I don't think you can walk into Xerath because he has E, but like you just need to... Like if you give up this wave, you potentially give up the opportunity to go bot again. Because like you have ult sort of soon. So if you can get in this river and like start looking bot with your jungler, like that would be good. Okay, this guy is flashing. Nice. Okay, yeah, I like this. Like really far up in the wave. Yeah, this is really good. Your priority's super early. Okay, play with your jungler. Oh, Ashe is broken. Yeah, I think kind of maybe a combo issue again. I don't think you can save this guy, but if you QEW maybe he can get out. Actually, no, he flashed. Okay, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think so. Okay, so here, how much gold? 900. Okay, you probably want to push this and then base, just a bit too low to stay. I hate when junglers herald mid.
Yep. And I was like, ah, fuck.
Okay, to base. Yeah, still don't have the rower at 14 minutes, which
Bro,
is like really,
yeah,
really late.
no. And
Some
the truth is like it was like missing like 100 goals. I was like, oh man, I'm so fucked. I need to like push a wave then recall again just to get
yeah,
my run.
yeah, some
Just because
rises.
I rushes my boot.
Yeah, that is part of it. I think some rises take futures market instead of biscuits as well because it
Oh,
makes
that's so huge.
yeah,
Yeah,
it makes
but
hitting like the catalyst spike and the rower spike just a bit smoother, I guess, because it like means
yeah.
if you base on awkward gold, you can probably still get it.
Mm,
So I prefer that over biscuits. Like the biscuits is nice for a little bit of extra max mana, but also like if
yeah.
it ends up delaying your items by this much, yeah, like that. I don't know. Like here, you have such a hard decision to make. It's like you base and get rower, which feels amazing, but if you
Yep.
do, you like give up a wave, maybe give up the
Yeah.
tower, and you're basing with full HP. So
Yeah.
you just don't want to be in this situation, pretty much.
Yeah.
So I would really suggest futures market. And also another thing is if you do have TP, it makes this a bit simpler, right? Because like
Yeah,
one
sure.
thing is like if as soon as you get Rod of Ages, you can literally base TP and then you've got it as soon as possible. Because I think getting Rod at like 15 minutes is it's pretty late. Like you can pretty realistically have Rod at like say 11 minutes or so if you don't like waste too much gold on other stuff.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, like here, same thing. This doesn't really make sense. Like, okay, your Hecarim's bot side, so pretty much whatever you want to do here is going to be with Hecarim. Like, you could maybe make a play top, but Jace is not going to be able to help you, so it would be, like, all on you. And, like, right here, Xerath's kind of trolling, because he's playing away from his jungler. So what that should mean is that you can come here and help your jungler and probably, like, win a fight. Like, if you just ult to this,
I
like,
don't know when I did it.
yeah, like, he
I
can't
just
help,
can't
right?
tell.
Like, this
Yeah, so
guy
I
is
should just go
trolling,
bot and
but you're
end the
also
fight.
trolling. Like, yeah, if you ult there, you
Ah,
win that.
shit.
So this
Yeah,
is going to
yeah.
be, like, a really big habit, I think, for you. But just, like, yeah, try always, like, play towards, like, your jungler's
Yeah.
side. Unless you have, like, a really good reason not to. Like, let's say if
This
Xerath
is
were,
not a
like...
good reason.
Yeah, if Xerath were, like, 1 health and you can come here and just kill him,
Yeah,
I'd
yeah,
say
yeah,
that's,
yeah,
like,
yeah.
probably worth it. But, yeah, just, like, 90% of the time, it's better to play towards your jungler. Yeah, like, whenever you make plays with your jungler, it just goes a lot better, kind of, naturally.
Oh, yeah,
Okay.
this fucking play, she was so bad. I was like, oh my god, that much damage. She just one-shot me.
Yeah, let's see this. So, E, get a W, Q. Yeah, okay, you kind of just got blasted, honestly. I think that's kind of because of the boots. Like, if you had Merc Treads, you can probably
Yeah.
get ulted and
Yeah,
still get out. Because
but
it is really hard.
if I have dredge, it's so I miss so much
Like,
ability
haste?
aids.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, I
It's
mean, it does
the
feel bad, but
champion
also
so
so does, like, getting stunned for, like, you know, just forever. Yeah. Okay, Jace is kind of... Like, I think even this fight, right? Like, if you had Mercs, maybe you live a tiny bit longer, and then you end up getting 2 kills here instead of dying.
Yeah.
So, all these, like, little things, they really, really add up. I think this game was, like, pretty done, so we'll probably look at another one. But there's definitely, like, a lot of stuff from this game that I can see probably happens a lot.
I was thinking about, do you coach when I play?
Yeah, we
So
can do that, but I don't think it's that useful, honestly, because I think it's just hard to explain things a lot in game, and it kind of feels like I'm just like telling you what to do rather than like why to do it. But
Yeah,
I don't know. If you prefer that, we can definitely do it, but I don't really like it.
Okay. I don't really have games on my story on my match story right now that I really want to watch. So I was thinking about it.
Okay, well, yeah, maybe we can. Let me have a look at what other ones are on the match history, because I think the other ones, like, kind of looked like there were some good ones. This game is pretty fucked. I think we just go to the next one. But, yeah, at least from this game, like, there's a lot of stuff already, right? So...
Alright.
Maybe we could look at either this 110 game, or maybe like this 3-4 game, because this is another kind of... Yeah, this seems... Oh, wait, is this top? Yeah, I guess this is top.
Yeah, and
we have...
this one.
What is this? 211?
211.
Yeah, maybe
I think this game I should go with Threads again. Then
yeah, definitely. Like, looking at it, like, Lilia.
Yeah,
Lilia, Evelyn, and then, like, AP, more CC. This looks like a fucking OP comp, though. Rakan, Lilia.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember this game. I was kind of mad all the game, like, for real. It's Evelyn. Yeah.
Okay, so...
yeah, I remember this game.
Here. Okay, so if you're... For me, I don't think there's any reason really to start Sapphire.
I don't know. Actually, I just saw a video of Faker doing that, so I was like, oh, let me try.
Okay, because it's like... I guess, like, the reason is that it does make you stronger before your first base, but personally, I just think either start tier if you don't need, like, Corrupting Potion, or, like, you know, start Corrupting Potion if you need it, so it's up to you. I think tier start is better, but yeah, I'm not really, like, a huge fan.
I don't know why he actually does that, so...
I think it's just because, like...
You delayed your stack of tier, no?
Yeah, I think the reason is that, like, you normally finish stacking tier before you complete it, so you can afford to start stacking it a little bit later. But
okay.
I don't know, I kind of feel like this is better before first base, but the tier mana is better for everything after first base. So I guess it depends. If you want to be as strong as possible right now, this is probably better, but yeah, I don't really like it. Well, because, like, you get refillable, which is nice, and also, like, this is a bit better mana, but yeah, I'm not a huge fan. Okay. So I think the way you pushed here was probably a bit too fast. So normally, if you're in, like, a winning lane, you want to slow push 2 or 3 waves. And the reason is that if you slow push, it builds up the wave bigger. So one, like, if you wanted to base for tier, like, it's easier to do that because there's just, like, more creeps, you have more time. But 2, because it gives you, like, more time to harass as the wave is building, right? Like, here, if you just stop autoing and slow push it, every time he comes up, like, you get to auto him. But the problem is, if you fast push it like this, all he has to do is, like, wait for it to come to his tower, right?
Actually, yeah, I just want to say something, because at this game, I just watched your video of coaching like a minute ago, and you were saying when it's an assassin or a guy that you know that level 3 is gonna blow up, so
yeah,
you gotta shove 3 wave, because he's not gonna be able to. No, actually, I don't know what you said, but I really know that you were saying push 3 waves, so it's gonna come back to you when you TP.
Yeah.
And you have item advantage, I think. But in this spot, you wanted me to just harass him nonstop.
Well, I think, like you want to push 3 waves because, like, yeah, like, you have lots of time to harass before he gets, like, level 3, and then it's like he gets low, it bounces back out, and then you're like, fine. But I think, like, here, you're kind of skipping the weak point of Silas. Like, I think Silas is weak until level 3, but here it's like you're kind of giving him a free lane until 3, which doesn't really make sense. Like, if this is a champ like Aurelia, then pushing really early makes sense, sort of, because like, you know, you're pretty much never going to be able to push into her ever again. But yeah, this just doesn't really make sense, because you're just like, one, you're spam pushing instead of slow pushing, which means you get, like, less time to actually harass, because it's, like, always closer to his tower. And yeah, it just... Yeah, you don't really get as much time to, like, abuse him. So I would say it's much better to slow push 3 waves. Like, you're probably your early game wave control. So this is, like, game 2. Actually, let's just make a whole different game 2. Let's go down here. For game 2, I'd say early game, slow push first 3 waves, and then after that, like, keep it in the middle or on your side, at least temporarily, because that'll keep you safe from, like, him harassing you or whatever. And then, like, at 6, like, once you have enough wave clear, like, then you can push again. That's probably what I would be thinking for, like, the wave control. Yeah, so this, ideally, like, this is the wave that's crashing. And then you should be safe. But yeah, also, yeah, see how this is bad? Like, here's 3, and the wave hasn't crashed. And the reason it hasn't is because, like, well, one, I guess you could have pushed this wave quicker, but also, it's much better if there's just more creeps. Because that way he can't break it by trading on you. And because the creeps will just, like, you know, kind of crash on their own. Yeah, also, let's just, like, go back and look at kind of the jungle situation. So, Evelyn probably won't gank early, so if you're thinking, like...
Yeah, I was thinking about full clear.
Yeah, she's probably just going to clear it, so you probably don't need to care that much. But I suppose if we did... both sides... Okay, bot didn't use mana, so probably... She probably started top. Let's just check. Yeah, okay, she started top. That's kind of hard, though. I always hate when this happens. Like, if both lanes sort of look like they leash, you kind of have to check who used mana. But I'm sometimes too lazy to do that. But anyway, it probably doesn't matter, because it's Evelyn. I guess if you did want to ward, it could be good to, like, ward maybe, like, here right now. But, yeah, it's not the end of the world if it's Evelyn. Yeah, so it'd be good if you weren't this far up now, just because it's, like, kind of hard to trade on Sylas at this point. Okay, yeah, so this death is, like, really bad, because... Oh, wait. Oh, I think you could have killed him.
Was missing mana, like...
Yeah.
Didn't go in because of mana, but...
Yeah, it was close. I think this is, like, really not what you want, though. Like, you should be really ahead of Sylas. Like, Ryze is really good into Sylas, especially, like, this early. I think if you play those first 3 waves better, it might be... Maybe I'll try find you an example of, like, me playing Ryze versus Sylas. I'm not sure if I have one, but I'll look after the replay, or after the session, and have a look, because, yeah, I think you can really, like, bully a lot more than you are here. And then, yeah, you run out of mana. That's tragic. Like, this is really, really bad for the game, obviously, because Sylas is a champ that sort of has trouble getting his first kill, but once he gets his first kill, he's really strong, right? Okay, push this.
Now I'm just perma-showing.
Yeah, this is fine. Like, I think you have enough wave clear now that you can kind of do this. You have lots of vision around mid as well. There's not really anything else you can do here. But yeah, this is all fine. Yeah, good harass. I think your harass is good. I think it's just the wave control early kind of made it hard for you to do what you were meant to do. Okay, everyone's mid, so you can just go back a bit. Yeah, nice. That's really good if you can, like, waste their jungler's time. Okay, so Sylas is basing, so you push this. You recall as well. So you have Catalyst here. Okay, so yeah, here I would buy Catalyst again. I think if you do want boots, it's tier 1 boots.
Okay.
Like, you can go merc.
You want me to focus on Catalyst?
Well, I think,
when
like...
do you buy Ion boots first?
Well, I probably just, like, wouldn't. I don't think. Like, maybe there's an argument that you want Merc Treads rush here, because they are double AP mid-jungle.
Actually,
but I would maybe, like, greed it and just, like, try to get my Rod of Ages earlier. Because I think if you can get Rod of Ages earlier, it makes a big difference. And also, again, like, you are kind of behind. Like, you're 0-1 already, so getting delayed on Rod would feel, like, really bad.
Okay. So I'll stop buying these.
Yeah, like, tier 1 boots are fine, but I think... Also, if you're against, you know, again, like, if you're versus Xerath, maybe this makes a bit more sense, where the movement speed really helps you.
Yeah,
but movement speed versus Sylas doesn't help you that much. I think it's just better to kind of face tank him with Catalyst.
Sure.
Okay, yeah, and so I think this kind of just happened. This honestly more feels like, let's see. Okay, so yeah, I think this is partially like you're already really low. Obviously, Evelyn's way more likely to gank a lane that's already half HP. And here, I think you probably just need to be kind of respectful for a bit, because, like, you don't have Merc Treads, you are not full health, and you have Flash in 20 seconds. So I think here, you probably just have to wait a bit. Because, yeah, walking up versus, like, this is, like, gank setup with his E, plus, like, a level 6 Evelyn. It's pretty hard to survive that. And yeah, now I would say the game is really fucked for you. Like maybe you can win, but it's like out of your control now. It's like up to maybe like your
Yeah,
top and
exactly.
jungle to carry it.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
you really don't want that in solo queue. You don't want it to be up to your teammates.
Yeah.
Okay, good harass. Wards versus Evelyn are tough. Like I think you really need to get wards on camps versus Evelyn, because you know otherwise she's just invis. So I'd probably say after this wave, maybe. Like, yeah, after this, rather than walking up... Okay, you can get the plate if you want, but you really need to be, like, getting vision down. Like, I think Herald's up, your jungler's topside, so, like, ward on blue could be good.
Yeah.
Ward on wolves even could be good, or, you know, maybe ward over this wall.
Can I ward the pixel?
You can, but I think it's not useful versus Evelyn, because, you know, she's an invis champ. But, yeah, I think if you're versus other champs, it can be good. But, yeah, this is, like, really... I wouldn't say it's like super greedy because you know Evelyn doesn't have ult right now, but it's very selfish, I guess. Like you have these wards that you can help your team with, and instead like you're just like perma pushing, which is, you know, that you can like ward and then go back to doing this, right? Like you just need to spend like one wave to kind of get some vision down and make the game a bit easier for your whole team.
Okay.
But getting plates is like definitely good. And you've had like these two wards stacked up for a while, which obviously doesn't
I didn't
do
ward
much.
anything yet.
Yeah.
I need to ward more for sure. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, here you still don't have a pink as well. I think that is something we should think about. I think buying... Yeah, as we were kind of saying, like buying one pink early game is pretty good, just so you can help push up your wards. And obviously it's like really useful versus Evelyn, so it would be kind of nice. Yeah, this sort of sucks. I think you probably can just get out here. So let's see, what do you have? Yeah, actually no, I think you do need a flash.
Yeah, everyone's just one-shot me.
Yeah, she's got 3 kills. Yeah, I think you're right to do that.
I'm pretty fucked.
Okay, this sort of looks bad, honestly. Let's see how it goes though. I think this is kind of just... It's not really... It's like, it's kind of how the game has gone, but this is not normally what Ryze wants. Like, what Ryze is really good at is Ryze is good at getting priority, so the enemy mid can't come. But if you're like, if you're just already in the fight, like, I think it's probably better to push and then come, because even though you're here early, it doesn't really do anything, because you're just too weak in early skirmishes. Like, other than the a little bit of like CC you provide, you just don't really do any damage. So, and again, part of the reason this happens is because Sylas and Evelyn are fed, right? So if you can avoid giving them kills, like they probably won't be able to do this, and it'll be much easier for you to just keep pushing mid. So yeah, like you die again, I think this is, it's hard because you're just in like a horrible spot, but I'd say just like your general kind of playstyle is like you really want to push and then move, because you just suck in like fair fights. Like Ryze fights, you always want early game like a 2v1 or a 3v2. You don't really want like a 3v3 or a 2v2.
Okay.
So yeah, this fight, and the fact that you die as well, like you're just gonna be getting your item so late. Now the really good thing is, I think a lot of the mistakes you're making are pretty easy to fix. Like I think you could fix a lot of these kind of straight away, honestly. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Okay, and then... yeah, now you're probably just, like, trying to farm the Roa. I think pushing up to this is, yeah, kind of risky. Unless you know where Evelyn is. Yeah, Ward on the Herald, I like that. It is really annoying to play versus Evelyn as pretty much any champ, so I definitely feel your pain. Okay, Evelyn went top, so you can probably play pretty aggressive. Yeah, I don't think there's any way you can stop this. I guess, like, maybe if you're hugging topside, like, towards your jungler, you might be able to stop Sylas from coming. But even if you get here first, like, there's no way you win a fight against the 5-0 Evelyn, so... Yeah, okay. I think this game also is pretty done. Yeah, I think you're kind of just, like, 2 behind at this point to really do anything,
for sure.
and you're just like getting permanently ganked. Obviously, like after you die to the first gank, it's way more likely to get ganked again. You know, because like if you don't have flash, then you get ganked again, or if you die, you're gonna be weaker on the next one. So avoiding the first gank is like super important. Otherwise, you just get camped. You know. But yeah, okay. Let's quickly look at like maybe one more game. Maybe just look at like the early game of another one. What else we got here? Maybe look at this 110 one. See what happened. Okay, so what have we got? We're up against Zed Kindred. Okay, so I think
pretty bad for me, right?
Yeah, like Zed is it's like good for you if he doesn't get any kills, but if he gets kills, then he can snowball really hard. I think this game I would probably take Exhaust.
No?
What's that?
Take the port? Exhaust?
Yeah, I think take Exhaust because against Zed, it's all about just like stopping him from getting the first kill. And I think once you have Rod of Ages plus Exhaust, he should never be able to kill you, ever. So
yeah, true.
Yeah, and also like they have Yone and stuff as well, so Exhaust gets you like a lot of value this game. I like the tier start though. Like my goal would probably be like tier, get Catalyst ASAP so he can't kill you, and take Exhaust, and then you're probably fine past that point.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah, I remember this.
Wow, that is really weird. Okay, at least you lived. Okay, what a weird start to a game. I've never seen that, but you know. Wow, and he's ganking again. What the fuck? Wow, holy shit, this guy's a psycho. Okay, anyway, I guess your lane is sort of back to normal now. You're probably gonna want to look to base because I think you're kind of low. You probably hit level 3 and then you just. Oh wow, this guy's still here. Okay, yeah. So I think this is kind of just like. I guess it's sort of weird because like a meme game because some weird stuff happened, but you like okay, this part is all fine. I think this part here though, where you trade like 1,000,000 auto attacks with Lulu, is like never worth it because like yeah, it just like puts you lower and like Lulu is gonna base anyway, so it doesn't really do anything for you. It just kind of makes you lower on health. Then yeah, I think all this was kind of fine. Yeah, not much you can do about that. Yeah, then I guess you were kind of surprised. I think here, you probably just like run back, like with your phase rush, rather than like walk into him. Yeah.
Go back,
But that is like a really weird game, so I kind of don't blame you too much for the start, because it's really weird. But yeah, like now Zed's got his first kills, so it is going to be much harder, because if you can get tanky before Zed gets kills, then you can kind of just like never kill you, right? But if he's always just like a little bit ahead of you, then sometimes it's hard to catch up to kind of like, being strong enough that he can't really kill you. How much to Catalyst? Okay, you're pretty close. If you can get Catalyst...
If you really want to focus on the Catalyst, then back up, then now you're good.
Yeah, pretty much. Like once you get tier Catalyst, it's like you have pretty much infinite mana and sustain, and you can just pretty much fight anyone. Like that's your real real goal.
Sustain with the Catalyst?
Yeah. It gives like mana HP, right? It's like 300.
There's no passive on this one.
Wait, really? Hold on, we got to do some investigation. Catalyst.
I thought it was a passive.
Yeah, this one. So you restores mana and you heal for mana spent. So that means that like you just have mana and healing. Plus, it's giving you max HP and mana, right? So it just allows you to just. It's like weird because like even though Rod of Ages is like a scaling item, Catalyst is like a really strong early game item. It's really hard to kill anyone that builds Catalyst. Okay, so you're staying. This is, probably okay. Like, Twitch is here. Okay, not okay. I was gonna say, if Twitch is here and can help you push, it's probably fine. But also, I'm not sure you really need to push. Like, you have Catalyst, right? Like, so you can just base now and you're probably okay. like, yeah, I think you just base right now, and you don't really need to risk it.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, walking up like this and dying, that sucks as well.
Now the game is pretty fucked.
Yeah, pretty much. Although, yeah, at least he didn't base, so he kind of... How much gold does he have? Yeah, he has 1,200 gold right now. Yeah, if you can just, like, keep doing this, it'd be probably good. Yeah. Maybe you need to care... Okay, what the hell? I was gonna say care Kindred, but that was Lulu.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, this ward, by the way, it just, like, never does anything for you. Like, if you... One, you have a lot more time here to get a deeper ward, like, ward there or ward up here. But if, like, for whatever reason, you don't have enough time, it's much better to take, like, half a second more and ward just, like, a tiny bit further out. Because if you place a ward here, it actually, like, shows you this area. But if you just, like, ward in the bush, it shows you kind of nothing, honestly.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, try to get it, like, just a little further out.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, also, another thing is, in the Z lane, a lot of Ryzes go Resolve second and take Bone Plating plus, like,
I was thinking
Overgrowth.
about that.
Yeah, because that makes you, like, really hard to kill, and it's, like, another thing that he has to get through. So, yeah, you can definitely do that as well.
Yeah.
I think you're honestly, like, playing aggressively quite well. It's just, like, you just, like, always play aggressive, so, like, you can die to, like, random jungle ganks, or, you know, you just, like, die a lot.
That's why I said I always go 10-0 or 0-10. Like, if you don't against me, I'm pretty ahead because I got farm ahead and level ahead because I'm always perma shoving and I'm perma aggressive. But if he gains me like 2 times like this, I'm 0-2 and like the Z is 2-0 and I'm pretty fucked. Like,
yeah, and I definitely think, like, don't go away from the session and be like, okay, I'm just, like, not gonna play aggressive anymore. It's just like, you want to play smart aggressive, you know, like, you want to play aggressive as possible, but, like, play towards your wards, or, like, you want to play really aggro, but make sure you're buying, like, catalysts instead of boots or whatever. Like, I think the way you're getting, like, big leads, it's just you're also inting a lot, and so it's like your lead doesn't matter as much as it should.
Exactly.
But I think that's, like, way easier to fix than getting the big lead in the first place. Like, yeah, this is pretty psycho. Like, if you have ult, I'm down for this, because they don't have any CC. So you can actually do this and just ult out. But this is like, okay, you're half HP, no flash, no ult, and the one ward you have is useless. Like, yeah, if anyone looks at you, you just instantly die. So this is pretty psycho. Like, maybe, okay, maybe if you had, like, a ward here, you could do this on this side and, like, run out or something. But this is, like, yeah, I'm, like, all for playing as aggressive as possible, but this is, like, next level. And yeah, and you just end up, every game I've seen so far, you get your rowers so late because you're either building other items like this, or you're just really behind. And I think if you fix this, it's like, you're gonna be really fed from how aggressive you're playing, and you're just, like, not gonna have 5 deaths, you know, like, you're just gonna get the rod way earlier. Yeah, like, even now, you're 0-3, and this guy still can't really kill you, right? Because, like, you're just that tanky already. So if you're just, like, 1-0, or even 0-0, like, he's just gonna be useless, so... Alright, I think we've seen enough, honestly. What I would say, just, like, in general, to kind of work on, is, I think, mainly it's, like, cleaning up the early game. So I'd say, like, trying to, like, place wards, like, further out, try, like, check where the jungle starts at level 1. Maybe, like, be a bit more careful with no flash. Like, if you don't have flash, you're a lot more gankable. I think also just, like, going... Your ideal is if you can go, like, tier, catalyst, like, I don't know, tier 1 boots, rod, something like that. And that should... If you can get it at, like, the 12 to 13 minutes, even earlier, if you get fed, like, plates and kills, I'd say that's, like, really good. Getting it, like, 15, 16 minutes is... pretty late. Honestly, let's make it 11 to 12. Because, like, the way you're playing, you're getting a lot of gold. It's just, you're also giving a lot of gold. That'll feel quite good. Yeah, wards out. I think also... Oh, yeah. Playing towards playing towards your jungle,
jungle.
I think that's like
Yeah, for
really
sure.
important because I like, yeah, a lot of the time you're just kind of doing like random shit. So there's obviously other stuff in here about like, you know, prior usage and like trying not to seesaw priority, but I think like this is the biggest thing. Just really trying to like you really shouldn't have any deaths to the jungler because pretty much every death to the jungler is avoidable, especially the first ones. You know, like once junglers get kills, it's much more difficult because they just do shit tons of damage. But if you can like if you are 0-0 and the enemy 3-0 Kindred comes and kills you, like that sucks. But if you're 0-0, you should and your enemy jungler doesn't have any kills, then you shouldn't die and you shouldn't like let them get started basically. Um
Okay.
is there anything else? Yeah, I mean, there's like things like the wave control, but I really think just it's like not really the
Actually,
big.
I wanted to know how do you know when it depends on the matchup that you know when you shove, when you slow push, when you whatever.
Yeah, it kind of depends on the matchup. So like, let me just make like a little wave control thing. But like Ryze's wave control is weird because you pretty much only need to think about the waves like for the first like 3 or 4 minutes, because after that you just have enough wave clear that you can just do what like you're doing and just like spam push every wave. But I think
Yeah.
in the like first few minutes, it's like okay, um, normally like good matchups, you want to like 2 or 3 wave crash, and the difference would be if you're really scared of getting jungle ganked, you might want to only crash 2 waves, and if you don't think you're gonna get jungle ganked, then it's probably better to crash 3, because 3 gives you more time to harass, but it's
Yeah.
also not as safe because the jungler can gank you a bit earlier. Now bad matchups, normally you want to like to try like freeze slash hold like the first few waves. So the thing is, if you're in a bad matchup, normally you're not the one that gets to decide what the wave does. But like, let's say you're versus, I don't know, a Syndra, and it's kind of tough.
Yeah.
You sort of want it just like here for like at least the early game, at least the first like
Yeah.
3 or 4 minutes, because like one, it's hard for her to chase you down. 2, it's easy to farm when it's on your side, and 3, a lot of those champs that can bully lane are really gankable, and like you can just like EW them if your jungler's there, and
Yeah.
sometimes you can
Yeah.
get a
Yeah.
kill. So
Yeah. True.
yeah, bad matchups you kind of just want to hold. It definitely like I have a whole. It's like where is it on my YouTube? It's like let me find it. Um, wave control. Yeah, this one here, I do have like a whole video on it, but honestly, a lot of it doesn't apply too much to Ryze because you can kind of just spam waves
Yeah.
after or spam push
Yeah.
waves
Yeah. Yeah.
after like
Yeah.
level 5 or something. So yeah,
Yeah.
but okay, so I think these are the biggest things to work on, and I think also like you kind of realize how big a problem these are now, so you'll just naturally get better at it. But I'll copy this to
Okay.
you and I'll upload the video and send it to you. Do you mind if it's public as well, or you prefer it's private?
No, all good. All good. You can put it.
Okay. Um, yeah, okay. Any other questions or anything?
Um, I think I took. Do you left right now, or
What's that?
do you are you done?
Yeah, probably in a sec, but if you have any other questions or whatever, like you can ask me.
Yeah, I think on the side I took 2 hours. That's why.
Oh, right now?
Yeah, I think.
Um,
Did I? I think I did.
because I think, oh, let's see. Yeah, no, right. I think right then you just had the 1 hour session. If you go to Metafy, does it say you can book another one right now? Because I think,
Uh,
yeah, because like this was just a 1 hour session, but if you bought 2, you probably have another hour that you can book at some point. Because yeah, it was only booked for 1, but yeah, I mean, yeah, go and have a
yeah,
look.
yeah, I did buy two because it costs 100. So
Yeah, yeah. Normally it means but you have to like book one session at a time. Like I don't normally do 2 hours at a time because it's well,
nah, I booked one for an hour. Then I took another one like right after it. It was like a 3 to 4 and 4 to 5.
oh really? Okay, weird. Like yeah, I don't see it on here. I have like another one in 2 hours, but it's not yours. Can you go and see if you have another session to book? Like, do you have another one available?
Yeah, let me check. That's weird. Uh, Still got lesson to book. Oh, okay, that's why.
Okay, yeah. Well,
I
you can
guess
just schedule
I
that
still
for
got
wherever.
one.
I kind of can't do it right now, unfortunately, but
No, all good, all good, all
yeah,
good.
you can just schedule it for whenever. Sorry about that. I didn't even, yeah, I didn't know.
No problem.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay. So yeah, I'll upload
Fine.
this, send it to you. If you have other questions, you can just like message me on Discord or whatever. But yeah,
Sure.
otherwise, like I think yeah, you've got a lot of stuff to work on, and it's fairly yeah. I think you've got a lot of the hard stuff done. There's a lot of the easy stuff you got to kind of clean up.
Okay, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
All right, sweet. Well, good luck, and yeah, see you next session.
Yeah, see you soon. Thanks,
All right,
bro.
bye bye.